When Americans think about terrorism in places like Pakistan, they tend to focus on RPGs and suicide bombs, as at the Marriott Hotel in Islamabad this year. But for Pakistani women, one of the most frightening forms of terrorism isn't bombs. It's acid attacks, often by their own husbands.
You see, look at Naima. She has lost her eyes. Naima, can you please show us your face, my dear? She makes me cry every time she comes in front of me. Can we imagine a human being like that? She was a pretty woman, a presentable human being.
Yeah.
4 years ago, Naima Azhar was a successful real estate agent. She was making a decent salary. And then she decided to divorce her deadbeat husband, whom she was only with in the first place due to an arranged marriage.
Look what he's done to me. It has been 5 years since I've seen the faces of my children, since I lost my eyes.
The husband was an idiot. He used to just sell fruits on the roadside and never used to bring money to the house.
Naima received custody of their 3 children in exchange for a large payment to her husband. He asked to come over one last evening to say goodbye to the children. While Naima lay dozing, her husband came in with a bottle of acid. He poured it all over her.
The flesh of my cheeks was falling off, and the bones of my face were showing, and all of my skin was falling off.
After the attack, Naima's husband fled. Neighbors heard her screams and came running. Smoke was rising from her burning flesh, and she was running about blindly, crashing into walls. She underwent reconstructive surgery, but Naima remains blind and disfigured.
All of the skin you see on my face now, that is from my legs.
Since the attack, Naima has survived